Rodney's childhood. We're good.
Alright, thanks for coming, you guys. If you guys don't know by now, I am Jackie Leva. So I decided to revise my poetry piece because I saw a lot of potential in it, and I really kind of just got attached to this poem, so I just wanted to make it stronger. And I'm going to start with some definitions that Burroway said defines poetry as. And she said that it can take shape that bear little or no resemblance to each other. It's meant to be heard alone, aloud in a human voice, and it's meant to be remembered. And techniques that belong to this genre are imagery, metaphors, rhythm, and such more. And one of my favorite poets is Robert Frost. I decided to get a picture of him. And I did find out last night that he died about 50 years ago. And I thought he was still living. So now I'm going to read you my new revised poem. It's called Head Held High. Together they were inseparable. It was supposed to be a happily ever after. But in reality, he was the cancer to her soul. Slowly became the true inner self of his victim. First states were precious moments. Innocent love is what it was, like holding hands, good morning texts, and frequent cuddling. But he was her cancer, eventually invading her body, spreading through her bloodstream like a wildfire. Little hope of survival. Taunting every ounce that was once filled with beauty, the tumor of their relationship was growing, destroying her from the inside out, taking her days away. She fortunately found the chemotherapy that saves her spirit. She was curing her cancer, stopping its spread, shrinking the tumor from the last step of survival. Radiation to help kill any remaining cancer cells. The therapy aimed at what needed to be treated, the heart, cleansing it, but it never beats the same way. People are mourning her condition that she once had, but to her it was a life-learning lesson. She can walk freely with her head held high, knowing that the next heartache wouldn't cut as deep. So if you guys remember, my last poem was a lot shorter than what I made now. One thing I wanted to focus on is like the protagonist versus the antagonist. My character was the protagonist, which is the main character, central character, as Burroway describes it. And antagonist is anybody who tries to get in the way of their dreams, or like an obstacle pretty much. So I kind of made their relationship that way. So I got a picture of Taylor Swift because I thought she represents a lot of bad relationships. And then as a cancer cell, broken heart. And then I originally did want to rhyme in my poem, but I found it very difficult to keep it interesting and rhyming. So I decided to do a free verse. I did make each stanza 5 lines though, and my last one 3, just to show the change that she has developed. And the definition that Burroway describes as free verse, or also known as informal verse, is that it lacks a regular meter or rhyme scheme. It uses irregular line lengths according to the demands of a particular poem. So I just pulled out the stanza that I had. It was about the dates, or the beginning of the relationship. So the first dates were precious moments. Innocent love is what it was, like holding hand, good morning text, and frequent cuddling. There's no sense of structure there. It's just kind of thrown, but still has a nice flow to it, and my reader still is able to understand what I'm trying to get to the point. Also, I did want to focus on diction and my choice of words, just because poetry is so short. Your choice of words has to be straightforward, and you have to allow your reader to know what the writer is trying to show within just a few lines. So just some examples of wordings that I use is cancer, victim, decay, invading, taunting, destroying. Something that really can get the reader to attach to my character and kind of feel what they're feeling. And Burley describes fiction as just a combination of vocabulary. And yep. I also wanted to focus on my simile and metaphor. I really liked the simile and the metaphor I came up with, but she was a cancer to her soul and spreading through her bloodstream like a wildfire, because I felt like that was a great description of what she was feeling or what she thought of the relationship was. And they're both just kind of a comparison. So down there I just kind of got the wildfire, bloodstream, a Dementor because they take souls, and then cancer. And then I'm just kind of closing it up with what I focused on, my revision. So again, the protagonist versus the antagonist, my free verse and formal verse, dictions and figures of speech, and the workshops did help a lot because I didn't see some things that you guys did see, like me being pushy. So in this one, I try to make it not as pushy, and hopefully you guys feel the same way. And I did structure my poem a little differently. I had longer lines. This revision I shortened it, so you know where the pauses are at. And just want to say good luck to everyone with their finals. No one loves finals.